Meet David and Alex. Both earn $55,000 a year and both want the same $30,000 sedan. They walk into the same dealership on the same day, eyeing the same car, same trim, same color. But at the last moment, they make different choices. David decides to lease, while Alex chooses to buy. Each is convinced they've made the smarter move. But what neither realizes is that the real cost difference between leasing and buying is much bigger than it appears at first glance. Over the next 10 years, their decisions will shape not just their monthly budgets, but their long-term financial health. Keep things fair, let's lay out the details. David and Alex both have the same income and want the exact same car. The only difference is what they sign. David goes for a 36-month lease, putting $2,000 down and paying $299 a month. The salesman assures him it's a great deal, low monthly payments, a brand new car, and full warranty coverage. Alex, on the other hand, takes out a 60-month loan at 6% interest, puts $3,000 down, and pays $522 a month. That's $223 more than David every single month. On day one, David feels like he's outsmarted the system, but the story is just beginning. What David doesn't realize is that the structure of his deal is fundamentally different from Alex's. Every dollar Alex spends is buying him a piece of the car. Every dollar David spends is simply renting it. Over time, this distinction becomes worth tens of thousands of dollars. While David enjoys the perks of a new car and lower payments, Alex is slowly building equity. The real impact of their choices won't be clear until years down the road, but the seeds are planted from day one. For the first 3 years, David is living the dream. He's got a brand new car, that fresh car smell, and full manufacturer warranty. If anything goes wrong, it's covered. His only costs are the lease payment, insurance, and gas. No surprises, no big repair bills. Meanwhile, Alex is paying $522 every month and watching his car lose value. The moment he drove off the lot, his $30,000 car dropped to $27,000. By the end of year one, it's worth $23,000. By year two, maybe $20,000. His loan balance is still higher than the car's value, leaving him underwater. It feels like every payment is going into a hole. Alex's situation is tough in the early years. He owes more on his car than it's worth, a situation known as being underwater. Psychologically, this can be discouraging. Every payment feels like it's disappearing, and the car's value keeps dropping. David, on the other hand, feels like he made the smart call. Everyone around Alex sees his struggle and agrees. But this is only the first act of a much longer story. After 3 years, it's time to look at the numbers. David has paid $2,000 down plus 36 months at $299, totaling $12,764. Alex has paid $3,000 down plus 36 months at $522, totaling $21,792. David has spent $9,028 less than Alex. On paper, David is winning by nearly $10,000, but now David's lease is up. He has 3 options: buy the car at its residual value, about $16,000 to $18,000, walk away and own nothing, or lease a new car and start over. Most people, like David, choose to lease again. The cycle resets, but the payments never stop. Alex is now 36 months into a 60-month loan. He still has 24 payments left, which can feel frustrating. But there's a key difference. Alex has an end date. Every payment brings him closer to owning his car outright. For David, every payment just brings him closer to handing the car back and starting over. The psychological impact of having a finish line versus an endless cycle is significant, even if it's not obvious at first. At year 6, the tables turn. Alex makes his final loan payment. The car is now his, title in hand, and he has no more monthly payments. From this point on, his only car costs are insurance, gas, and maintenance, about $100 to $150 a month. David, meanwhile, is still paying $299 every month for his lease. It's become a routine part of his life, but it's a routine that never ends. The danger of leasing is that it normalizes a permanent car payment, quietly draining money month after month. Let's check the numbers at the end of year 6. David has completed 2 full leases, $2,000 down on each, $10,764 in payments per lease. Total, $25,528. He owns nothing. No asset, no title, just receipts. Alex has spent $3,000 down plus $31,320 in loan payments, totaling $34,320. But he now owns a car worth about $11,000 to $13,000. Subtracting that value, his effective cost is around $21,000 to $23,000. The flip happened quietly, but from here on, Alex's position only gets stronger. This is the core difference between leasing and buying. Leasing is like a conveyor belt, payments never end. Buying has a finish line. Once the loan is paid off, you're done. Every month after that, you keep the car and your costs drop dramatically. For Davey, the lease payment becomes background noise, but it's still a drain on his finances. For Alex, every month after year 5 is a win, as he enjoys the benefits of ownership without the burden of a monthly payment. Leasing comes with hidden costs that aren't always obvious. There are mileage caps, usually 10,000 to 12,000 miles per year. The average American drives about 13,500 miles, so going over means paying 15 to 25 cents per extra mile. Wear and tear charges can add up too, as anything beyond normal is billable. There are also disposition fees, typically $300 to $500 just for returning the car. And if you need to exit the lease early, you could owe the entire remaining balance. These hidden costs can turn what looks like a good deal into an expensive one. Buying isn't without its own hidden costs. Once the manufacturer warranty expires, usually after 3 or 4 years, maintenance is all on you. For a typical sedan, maintenance averages $1,200 to $1,800 a year after warranty. The unpredictability of repairs can be stressful. And then there's depreciation. Your $30,000 car is worth $20,000 after 2 years, and maybe $12,000 after 5. That lost value doesn't benefit you, but the good news is that depreciation slows down after the first few years. Time is on the buyer's side. Fast forward to year 10. David has leased 3 to 4 cars, each cycle costing him about $12,000 to $13,000 in payments and fees. Add in mileage overages, wear and tear and disposition fees, and his total 10-year spend is between $45,000 and $52,000. At the end of 10 years, David has no car, just memories and receipts. Alex, meanwhile, paid $34,320 for his loan and about $10,000 to $14,000 on maintenance and repairs over the next 5 to 7 years. His total 10-year spend is roughly $44,000 to $48,000. But he still has a car, fully paid for, worth $4,000 to $6,000. When you look at the numbers, the difference is clear. Alex spent less and has an asset. David spent more and has nothing to show for it. Multiply that gap by 5 over an adult lifetime, and you're looking at a 6-figure difference in wealth. The decision you make today about leasing or buying doesn't just affect your monthly budget, it shapes your financial future for decades to come. Leasing isn't always the wrong choice. There are specific situations where leasing can actually make more sense. If you're self-employed or own a business, lease payments can be partially or fully deductible as a business expense. If you drive a luxury or high-performance car with expensive out-of-warranty repairs, leasing can save you from huge repair bills. And if you're disciplined enough to invest the money you save each month by leasing, you might come out ahead. But these situations are the exception, not the rule. One scenario where leasing could work is if you take the $223 a month you save by leasing and invest it in an index fund averaging 8 to 10% returns. Over time, that investment could potentially outpace the cost difference between leasing and buying. But this requires discipline and a long-term commitment to investing, which most people don't maintain. For the average person, this is more theory than reality. The real trap isn't leasing or buying. It's making a $30,000 decision based solely on the monthly payment. Dealerships focus on the monthly number because it feels manageable, but it hides the true long-term cost. Whether you lease or buy, it's crucial to look at the total cost over 5, 10, or even 20 years. That's the only way to make a truly informed decision. The next time you're at a dealership and someone slides a monthly payment across the desk, pause and ask yourself, what does this actually cost me when it's all over? That's the only number that truly matters. By focusing on the total cost, you avoid falling into the trap of endless payments or hidden fees. It's a simple question, but it can save you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. To sum up, leasing offers lower monthly payments and a new car every few years, but comes with hidden costs and no ownership. Buying costs more upfront and in the early years, but leads to ownership and long-term savings. For most people, buying and holding wins in the long run. The key is to look beyond the monthly payment and consider the full financial picture. Ownership is more than just having a car in your driveway. It's about building equity, reducing long-term costs, and gaining financial flexibility. Once your loan is paid off, you have years of driving with minimal expenses. That's money you can save, invest, or use for other goals. Leasing, on the other hand, keeps you on a treadmill of payments with nothing to show for it at the end. In the end, the smartest choice isn't always obvious. David and Alex both thought they were making the right move, but only by running the real numbers did the truth emerge. For the average person, buying and holding a car is the path to greater financial security. The next time you're faced with the lease versus buy decision, remember to look at the big picture. Your future self will thank you.